Welcome everybody. Today in our Ninja Speedi, we are going to cook 3 pounds of boneless, skinless chicken thighs from frozen, right straight out of the freezer in our Ninja Speedi, and we're going to coat them in this Jim Beam smoky barrel, and I'm going to read you what this says because it's kind of funny. Charcoal, chipotle, and a touch of molasses with a lick of America's #1 bourbon. Anyway, that's what we're going to do. Let's get started. We're going to be using the rack today on its lowest position. So I want you to take these little feet and just flip them over. And we'll be going all the way to the bottom. Okay? We're going to have a little water in there. We're doing some steam and crisp. So we don't want the water to come over. Oops, I hit the tripod. We don't want the water to come over. So that's a half a cup. And we can put a little more in there. I think I'll put a whole cup in because I still got a little dry. And I did want to show you these. These are these little rubber bumpers that are on all 4 sides for when you use it on the lower rack, as a lower rack. It just sort of presses against the sides like that. And I'm going to add a little more water to that. And I just want to check to make sure that I didn't put too much water in it, because we want to steam this. Yeah, that's pretty good. So the water is just right underneath of the bottom part of this right there. I can see the water floating around. We just want to press this down, make it good and tight, and that's perfect. And now we're going to go ahead and put 3 pounds of the boneless, skinless chicken thighs in there. Ooh, these are big. Of course, once the ice comes off of it, they're going to calm down a little bit. So we're going to have to stack, which is fine. So let the steam just kind of work its way around. There we go. That's 3 pounds. They're pretty big, but I think when we're done, they're not going to be quite so big. Let's go ahead and get the Ninja Speedi fired up. We dropped the basket down into the Speedi. We're about ready to fire up here. Make sure your lever at the top is in the up position. That will give us access to all the rapid cooker functions. We are after steam and crisp, not Speedi meals today, steam and crisp. She's set to 390. We're going to leave that alone, and I believe the default will be 20 minutes. It is. Time is kind of irrelevant for me in these things. About halfway through, I'll give it a check. I'll cut the time short, or I'll just punch up some more time if I think I need it. And because we're doing this from frozen, I'm not exactly sure how much time we're going to need, but 20 minutes is probably going to do it. At 10 minutes, we're going to reach in there with some tongs, and we're going to flip some stuff around. And then after it's fully cooked, all the way through, 100%, we're going to take that Jim Beam, we're going to take these out, put it in a bowl, cover it with Jim Beam, put it back in, and go straight up, probably straight up air fry. Let's get them cooking. All right, this is the preheat function. And what it's doing is basically putting it on a sear high at the bottom here. And it's going to boil that water, create a steam, and then the air fryer will kick on intermittently with the steam. So the steam will be coming up, the heat will be coming down. It makes such a juicy, tender food. It is amazing, this steam and crisp feature. I love it. And I'll see you guys back for the flip around at the 10-minute mark. And by the way, in case you're doing this at home, be prepared for anywhere from a 5 to 10-minute preheat, depending on how much water you put in there. Well, we're at the 10-minute mark, just slightly under the 10-minute mark. And these are looking really good from frozen. I mean, really, really good. Look at this. I mean, obviously they're not cooked yet, but that's real close. And they look a little smaller now, don't they, with all that ice off of them. So we're just going to do a little rolling. Yeah, quite a bit smaller now. Although that first one I picked up was kind of big. And I just got one more to get down here on the bottom. And we'll just roll them over. So everyone has been flipped upside down. They're so small now I can almost get them all on the bottom, which is good. So we're going to go ahead and do the other 9.5 minutes now. get them fully cooked. And with the Speedi, it pauses when I lift the lid, and then it just takes right back off for where you left off. So I love this little Speedi. I've cooked so many meals in it. The only thing it does not have is a pressure cooker. And I do love my regular one lid, smart lid foodie over there with the pressure cooker. But this is going to be great. I'll see you when this time is up. We'll get some of that good Jim Beam BBQ on them. Get them back in here for the final air fry and give them a taste test. Well, that's a full 20 minutes at 390. Steam and crisp. We're still steaming. These look really good. We're going to get our temperature probe out and make sure they're cooked through. And then we'll grab our sauce them up, get them back in on the air fry. See you in just one sec. Here's what I got on the probe. All of the chicken thighs here are at or above the temperature I'm looking for. That one's the tiniest bit low, but we're going to go back under air fry, so it'll be okay. But this one, the really big, thick one, I got some low readings when I first probed it. There. And that's not very good. So what we're going to do is take these out, get them in the sauce, and I'm going to go ahead and throw this one back in on the steaming. You can still see the pink right there. In fact, the juices right here are not running completely clear. So we're going to put this one back under for, I don't know, 5 or 6 minutes. And in the meanwhile, we'll go ahead and get those in the sauce. And now, of course, we're going in with the Jim Beam Smoky Barrel. Now, I've had several of the Jim Beam sauces. Never had the Smoky Barrel one. So let's give her a taste there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. That chipotle hit me pretty quick. So see, she's got some zing to it. And there's nothing wrong with a little zing on there. So that's got a little kick to it. I'd still probably call it mild, but I can feel it. I can taste it. Maybe a medium mild or something like that, maybe. Anyway, you don't want to go crazy with this. As it says right on the bottle, it does have molasses in it. Molasses burns. And we're just going to let these sit here and soak up that chipotle goodness while we finish up the other chicken thigh. Well, there's the other chicken thigh that was not quite cooked. She's very well cooked right now. Let's get a little sauce on that one. It is a pretty good sized piece of chicken there. Make a whole meal for somebody. All right, and that's that. That's all the sauce I'm going to put on them. One thing about this bottle I've noticed, I guess maybe you're supposed to use it all at once, but it does drip because of all these ridges here. So make sure you keep something handy if you're going to use this one to clean it up with. All right, we are good and sauced. Not quite. Look at that. If we drink enough of this Jim Beam, we'll be really sauced, right? That was a Scott joke. All right. I'm going to take these back to the air fryer and finish it up. Now, I know this doesn't look like the same chicken we started with, but don't forget, it was full of ice. And so this is what you end up with. Let me get you right over top. So I've drained most of the water out of the bottom. You want to get as much of the water out of the bottom as you can before you air fry. The air has to go down, do a little circulation, and come back up again. Down we go. Power up. Don't forget, we want to go to the air fry mode now, so we got to flip that lever down. Go ahead and select air fry, which is the default. 390 is the default. And fire away. And we are going. Also, as I said, they have quite a bit of molasses and sugars and things like that on here. So we do want to keep a pretty close eye on this. So we'll just let it go about 5 minutes down. And we'll check it every 5 minutes. And we'll probably flip those over with some tongs as well. Well, there we are. That was 6 minutes under air fry. That is exactly what I'm looking for. A little bit of glaze with the sauce. Oh my gosh, I can't wait to try this out. In fact, let's go do it. Fresh from the Ninja Speedi, we've got 3 pounds of frozen, boneless, skinless chicken thighs, cooked and covered in this Jim Beam Smoky Barrel Barbecue sauce. We did everything under steam and crisp, then we cooked the sauce under air fry, and this looks amazing. Let's get a closer look. Let's cut into one of these on camera. Let's see how tender and juicy we got. Okay, I am putting zero pressure on the knife. I just let the knife do the work. That is super juicy, super tender. Look at the juices running. Wow, guys. Let's give this a taste. Just like I thought it was going to be. Juicy, tender, and gone. The sauce is super good. It is not sweet, even though it has molasses in it. I would not call it sweet. It has a little bit of kick from the chipotle. The bourbon, do I taste the bourbon? It's probably in there, but you know what? Let's try another one. And I know what bourbon tastes like. Let's try again. Yeah, okay, that time. Got it. Add a little more sauce on that bite. So I got a little more of the chipotle. Definitely got the tingle on the tongue. Definitely tasted a hint of that bourbon in the back. That's really good. Good job, Jim Beam. Good job, Ninja Speedi. And that came out great. It was super simple, super quick. We'll see you guys soon on the next video.